For many people in South Africa, or actually worldwide, when they start investing in real estate, normally they are actually at a job somewhere, or they have another profession that they are doing. And then after they start thinking about how best can I do real estate. My good friends, welcome. My name is TJ, and I am bringing you what we call Hall of the Fame. And the TJ Tribe Hall of the Fame, it's something that we have had for a long time. And during this time of the year, we introduce it again, but with the real people, real stories, and the real wins, like proper wins, people that have gone out there and that have smashed it. And we definitely honor these people because they are taking in the systems, the methodology, and they're going out there and then they are building wealth through three things that I would like to say they are the pinnacle of everything that we do here. The first one being discipline, right? And the second one being courage, because there is no road with no bumps around it. And obviously, above that, which is the community here in the TJ Tribe. I've been at it for more than 5 years, slightly above 5 years, giving guidance to other people. And today, it is an honor, my good friends, for me as we celebrate these 5 years of just guiding other people and working with everyday South Africans on their journey to financial freedom. I am reminded that here at the TJ Tribe, it was really built on the purpose of taking or maybe helping ordinary people to grow into extraordinary investors. Now, you might be saying, TJ, where do they come from? Hold on, Jenny, hold on. Today, we're going to feature someone else whose story reflects exactly what I've just mentioned. This guy here, we call him Kaplani. Kaplani is an individual who's been here for a minute, around about probably for more than 4 years or so. Some of you have seen him in some of our teachings that we do. And I invited Kaplani when we were having our last masterclass. And within that masterclass, we were celebrating our 5 years. And my good friends, I stopped teaching for that weekend. And we just got other people to come and teach. Who are the other people? It is people that started off 3, 4, 5 years ago, and then they came back to teach the community. You know what they say, you're not a leader until you have created another leader. And here is the journey of what Andrew has done. But I want to share to you, whilst we are going to learn from Andrew, he's going to teach us, he's just practically become a teacher in our community. Andrew is a fashion designer by profession. So he didn't start off as an investor. No, he didn't. And his property investment journey, I want to just call it, it was a calling, right? He started off his real estate journey back in 2006. I wasn't even thinking about real estate, but he was. But it is only in the last few years, my good friends, where Andrew has just scaled what he is doing, thinking differently with the structures, with the mentorship and the system that we teach here in the tribe. And he has truly scaled his portfolio with confidence in the area that he invests in. Now, my good friends, if this was in a normal room, I'll say drum roll. Let's clap hands for Andrew to come on the stage and teach us. But I want to say this. Andrew represents so many people that are watching this video. Talented, gifted, in a completely different field, right? Fashion designer. Maybe you're an accountant. Maybe you're an engineer. Maybe you're an educator, whatever. But the bottom line is that Andrew is somebody else practicing something else somewhere else. And he has chosen, right? The operative word is here. He has chosen to build wealth on the side. So using the money that he's getting here, using the skill that he's getting here at the tribe, and now he begins to build. His journey, my friends, proves that you do not need to come from money. Yeah, now I'm talking to you. Yes, you do not need to come from money. You just need the right mindset, which is what we give here at the TJ Tribe. The right support, which is what we give here at the TJ Tribe. And obviously the right information. Let us buckle up in the next couple of minutes and let's learn from Andrew. Andrew, my brother, fire away.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. TJ. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, my name is Andrew. The other name is Kaplan. Kaplan is my fashion designing name, and I'm sorry to record with my phone. It's not stable. I don't have a stand where I can put it, but Andrew is a fashion designer. As you can see, maybe if I can, some of my creative work. Yeah, so I'm a fashion designer by profession. I've been a fashion designer for almost from when 35 years. Yeah, from 90 is 35 years, ne? Yeah, but although at school from 1988 I started sewing from there. I had a passion for fashion because of my friend. So we were doing some jeans at school for ladies, writing their names, stitching them the whole night until the following day. So that's where I got my interest from. But anyway, I have 3 kids, and I'm passionate about fashion designing. But my topic today, I want to concentrate more on my mistakes than my journey. So maybe my topic today will help, especially the newbies, because I'm still considering myself as a newbie. I started investing in properties from long time ago. I think 2006. I bought my first property, but I didn't buy it the right way. I was still traditionally buying properties, but I managed to meet TJ around 2021. That's when I started learning and how to buy properties the right way, the professional way. So that's when I started learning how to do it right, how to do structures and things like that. But my mistake number one is not investing in myself. Because I started buying properties long time ago, but even until I bought a property in 2008 for 35,000 rands. I bought a property in 2010 for 35,000 rands. I bought a property in 2016 for 70K, 75, yeah. And to my surprise is that when the deal was presented, I didn't have money. The reason why I started buying properties is because my fashion designing business is a seasonal business. So during the time of winter, there's no income. There's not enough income. So I had a family. So, you end up seeing that we struggle a little bit when it comes to some expenses. So I had to come up with a plan. So I thought about property. But my mistake was not like learning, buying books, listening to podcasts. I didn't know all about those things. I just did what I was thinking. That came to my mind. When I see that this is a property I just bought, and then I put tenants there, but I didn't know how to calculate. I didn't even have a formula. I didn't know even what's my criteria. Is it 20%? Is it 15%? I didn't know about all those things. I just bought and bought and bought. But the good thing is that at least I knew that uh, September we make a lot of money. So I would take that money and put it into property. Yeah, so that was my first mistake. I didn't invest in myself a lot. And then my second one, the property I bought in 2006. Um, I bought it at night. That was my first mistake. I didn't see properly the house. I didn't see some most important things that I was supposed to look at. The estate agency, the estate agent persuaded me to sign on that day. That was my second mistake. I signed for the property. I bought the property. We stayed in the property. It became a residential property. After 2 years, we couldn't afford the property. I tried to sell the property. It couldn't sell. And but finally, I managed to get a client. It was a church. They came. They wanted to hire the property. So at least they relieved me from the burden of some bond repayments. So they even paid more. And for the first time in my life, the bond was 6,000. Those guys were paying me 8,000 rands. So that's when I first learned about access. What do you call it? Um, flexi flexi account. Yeah, where they paid and some of the money was put into the flexi account, and I could access that money. Then I started withdrawing that money, using it for myself. But I learned something, but I couldn't understand. There was nobody who could explain to me that this flexi amount or this flexi reserve account can help you to scale and to buy more properties. I just took that money and used it for my expenses. Yeah. And then another mistake that I learned during the way is that when you see a property online, you should make sure that you go view it the same day and sign an offer the same time if you are happy with it, if the numbers are making sense. So there was this property I saw on Facebook, and the deal was attractive, and I spoke to the estate agent. Then the estate agent told me the price. It was in Shoshanguve, in a good area, block VV, and that house was going for 70K. There was no roof. It was bent, and the market value for those houses was about 500K. So, meaning, if I could have bought that house for 70K, put in 100K, I would have equity for something like 330,000. But the problem, I didn't have a car at that time. So I excused myself from going to the agent immediately. It was around 1 o'clock. I told the agent I will come the following day. The following day, when I wanted to go there, the deal was gone. So now I do things differently. If a deal is making sense, I meet an agent now and we sign now. I seal the deal, I close. But then I didn't know. And then the other mistake, number 4, that I did years back was buying properties with 100% of my own money. It takes a lot of time to save 300,000, 200,000, 100,000. So I would buy properties using my own money, but it would take maybe 2 years to buy another one. From 2010, it took almost 5 years to buy the next property. So in 2021, when I met TJ, that's when I learned that there's a better way of scaling, and that better way is leveraging. I should learn how to leverage. And it took most of my money, even money from my budget. It affected my family lifestyle and things like that. So because I was taking money out of my pocket buying properties. So and it's also painful. It's not nice because you have to stop buying other things for the family and concentrate on property. Mistake number 5, being self-employed. I remember in a class, I don't know, it was maybe 2023, where we were in a class, TJ was teaching us, and then he said, all of those who are self-employed, can you stand up? Then we stood up. We thought he was going to compliment us. Hey, he bashed us on that day. He said, from today, you are no longer self-employed. You are an employee from today. Then we were shocked. Then he started saying, guys, please, 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 start earning salaries from your companies. Make sure there's money coming from your company to your personal account. Separate the two because it's not the same person. You are you, the business, it's its own entity. You are an entity, the business is its own entity. So get salary from your business every month. Because me, what I used to do, I mean, if there's no food in the house, I would just swipe. If there's a personal need, I would just swipe from the money of the business. And that thing, it killed the potential of growth. So I learned a lot from that day. Mistake number 6, renovating a property. Okay, let me put it like this: over renovating a property or upgrading a property to such a way that no one can afford even the rental amount. It's like, there's a book that I read that helped me with that. They call it emotional intelligence. I became so emotional about the property, as if it's my property, as if I'm going to stay there. I put in tiles. I separated the bathroom to make it an in-suite. I plastered it very nice and well. I bought new things to put in the bathroom. So by the time I wanted a tenant, nobody was interested when I was telling them about the price for the rental. Nobody was interested. So I learned the hard way, and I had to reduce my rent. And I managed to get a tenant, and the tenant is there even today. So I think I should balance and not over renovate the property. Mistake number 7, not paying myself a salary. Okay, I've spoken about that. Yeah, not paying myself a salary, that I needed to be an employee. I've spoken about that. And then the other one is that not buying a feasibility study from a town planner for a certain area. Every time when I buy a property, I must at least contact my town planner. I remember in Magaliesberg, there was this land that I saw an opportunity in. The price was good. It was about 200, yeah, 200,000, 190, 200,000. It was about 1,000 square meters. Then I contacted the town planner. Then he charged me 1,300 to make a feasibility study. Then the study came. I learned something I couldn't see with my own eyes in that area. There was no sewer there. There was no storm water. They were using septic tanks. I didn't know about that. And my town planner, from the feasibility study, made sure that he writes everything. And I saw that. And that helped me to make a decision not to buy that land. And but on the advantage side, I learned about the area. The area has got some different zonings. There's tourism zone, they show it in a yellow color. And then there is the residential zoning in another color. And there's a mixed zoning where you can put shops and residents at the same time. It's another color. Now that's when I started to learn that, okay, every area you must make a feasibility study, because like before you buy in Centurion where Kwelechi is, there are places where you can't just buy because it's a dynamite area, and there are sinkholes, actually sinkholes specifically. So you can't just buy there. You have to talk to a town planner. So I learned about the area, and it helped me even to buy more properties in the area of Magaliesburg, because it's a tourism area, and there's lack of accommodation. People are working in resorts, B&Bs, but the problem is there's no enough accommodation. Yeah, so the other mistake I did is buying land with a personal loan. And that happened last year. It delayed my progress so much because TJ knows I've been having a problem with credit score. I've been building it with TJ for years, and I've improved myself. My credit score became good, my history became good. But last year, I made a blunder. I bought land too early. I'm not saying it's wrong to buy land, but at the position I was in, um, I was not supposed to buy that land last year. There's something that they call, what do you call that? Velocity, the speed of making money. How soon do I pay my money? How soon do I get my money back? With land, it's gonna take some time before you get your money back because there's no property there. So another thing that affected me with buying that land is that as I was building my credit score and history, it affected my affordability. And now I'm at a stage where I can't even purchase the next property because of my affordability, although my credit score is good. So those are technical issues that I'm starting to be aware of. And these are mistakes. I'm paying school fees. These are things I am learning practically in the ground. I'm seeing them live, and they help me to make better decisions in future. And it became so bad where the the money was not even enough to buy that land. Although the land is very big, it's about 3,000 square meters, and I'm still trying to figure out what am I going to do there. Whether uh, build a B&B, whether build multi-lets, I don't know. Maybe the club members can help me with some advices and add value. I'm still open for suggestions. But it came to a point where it was bad, where there was no one who could give me 40K. And I had to borrow from a friend. And the other money, which is 10,000 rand, I had to go to the loan sharks because they gave me an ultimatum that within 6 days, if you don't pay this money, you lose this land. The land, we bought it from the municipality. It was an auction in Krugersdorp. So it was a good place to buy, but I was not ready for it. So yeah, I've learned from that mistake. And then I'm left with two mistakes. Then I'll be done. My other mistake was, okay, three: ignoring CIPC management requirements. I know that other people, they've got accountants who are helping them, but me, I'm still doing it for myself. So sometimes the CIPC guys, they send you a reminder that uh, send us your what do you call it? Whatever that you need to send there, so that you can pay for the yearly fee. So you ignore that, you ignore that. I didn't know that once they close that company, it affects also your bank account, and your monies can be freezed. You can't access even your money because of your CIPC documents are not managed correctly. So I learned the hard way even there. So I'm making sure that at least I'm taking care of that. And the other mistake that I did was abandoning my early business, my old business too early, like my fashion designing business. There came a time where, because my finances were growing in the property side, I was scaling a little bit, not too much, a little bit. I started abandoning my strength. I mean, my strength is in fashion designing. I'm a seasoned fashion designer. I'm now, I came to a point where now I'm a master. Like, you come as a lady, you are in a different shape, you struggle with clothes at the shop. I will measure you, I will make sure that your dress fits you very well without even alteration sometimes. And I ignored that. I started spending time in other things, in a computer, in Property 24. TJ said to me one day, please, please, please don't spend time in things that don't make you money, because you have abandoned your business now. You are struggling with money, finances, and you have to borrow sometimes. And he even bought a book for me. And that book helped me so much. And after reading that book, then I started changing and saying to myself that, you know what, I'm going back to my business because I have a strength there. And because I was not working too much, sometimes you would make 6,000 rands for the whole month. But since I became intentional about that business, and I even started changing my strategy, like, African weddings, there's a cloth that they produce, that this is the cloth we are going to use for the wedding. And they would bring the cloth, and then somebody says, do me a dress. There's this regular customer who brought a cloth. By the time he brought that cloth in a picture form, and I measured that lady, and that lady, these are those ladies with big hips, but their waist is very small. Very, very small waist, but the hips are big. They can even go to 45 to 50, but the waist is about 36. That lady, she knows I can handle her very well. I did the dress for that lady. There was no alteration there. It became very perfect. But the strategy that I changed, that I started using, was now to work with targets. Like, for a day, I have a target. For a week, I have a target. There's a certain amount that I record in my spreadsheet, that this week I have made such and such amount. If, let's say, my target is 10,000 rands a week, I make sure that by at least Saturday, I have reached that amount. Sometimes there's no material, sometimes they don't order, sometimes I have to put in a status, advertise, market, then they started ordering. And I've realized that because the order for that lady, I finished it in 2 days. And I told her to come and take her dress. She then called the whole family. It's like, after there came her kid, her nephew, her sisters. It's about 10 people that she brought. But if I delayed with that order and did it maybe at the 11th hour, I would have lost the opportunity to make money. So I realized that if I intentionally work through targets, I make more money. So I started realizing that, okay, I'm scaling even in my active income from making 6,000 a month, 7,000 a month. Now I can make 40K in a month. And last week I was finalizing some clients from the US, pastors from the US, even congregation members. I mean, these people, they were about six. They were ordering three items, each of them. And I made sure that I finished their orders. I went to Santin Hotel to deliver their clothes. Those guys they asked me, how do you want us to pay? I said, please don't pay me in rands. I want dollars. And if I charge $43 a garment, they gave me 50. And obviously, I don't have a change. I don't have dollars with me. They gave me 50. And I was shocked. That $50, hey, it's a lot of money. And I collected all my money, no hassle. They gave me all my money last week. And I was very happy that, sometimes you abandon the things that can help you, that can make money. You know, I don't know whether it was Warren Buffett or Charlie Munger who said the best way to get money is from your customers, not from your family, not from your friends, not asking people money. Just have value and then you will have money. Yeah, so I learned the hard way, and I started seeing that in 2021, 70% of my income came from my active income, from my fashion designing business, and 30% was from my property. So I was worried that I want like to reduce the percentages from the inactive side, so from my fashion designing business, because I work a lot. Then I started increasing my property income to go higher. So as years go by, they started changing the percentages. But I realized that if I take my fashion designing business down and increasing this one, it's still not a good thing. Why don't both of them? I concentrate on both of them, increase them, make them to scale, and then things become better. Even now, things are better because my income has increased a lot. And the other mistake that I did um, is that at the early age, it took me more than 20 years to realize that fashion designing is not a scalable business. So Vusi Tenjegwayo taught me that fashion designing is not a scalable business. Like the day he told me that, I was very angry. I was very angry because how come I know this now? And it helped me a lot because now, even though I work a lot now in fashion designing, sometimes I would sleep at 2 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock, pushing, making money. I know that it's not forever, it's for a temporary time. I want to scale my property business. So I take all the proceeds, most of the proceeds from my fashion designing business, putting it into property. Then my lifestyle is paid from my properties. I get a salary from my passive income from my properties. But all the money that I make through fashion design is I take all of it into the investments of properties. So that thing helped me. Even Grant Cardone taught me something the other day, that you gotta feed the beast. You gotta feed the beast. This thing is a beast. You have to keep on grinding, working 80 hours a week. And when you get the money, now when I look at my spreadsheets here, 40% of my income goes towards my investment. And I live only with 20%. That's the rule. That's my criteria. Every year now, 40% goes towards my investments. And yeah, it helped me a lot. The last one, as I'm closing, partnerships. Now, because the bank can't give me a loan because of my affordability, I started becoming creative. There's this mentee, the person that likes to learn from me, and it's been now 3 years learning from me, that guy. We viewed properties together. We viewed more than 100 properties together, going to properties, coming back, sitting down, writing pros and cons. How do you see that property? Me, this is what I see. And on a paper, and after that, we would make a decision that we would view properties in Chosanguve where the market was very saturated. There are a lot of rooms. We understood economics practically, that there's a lot of supply, but the demand is low. I mean, we would look at a room with 15, I mean, at a property with 15 rooms, but most of those rooms are empty. So if we were not learning from TJ, I could have bought that property and it would have been a burden to offload that property. So they were running away from something. So it was a highly saturated market. And I learned, he learned from me, this guy, for years. And now, since I couldn't afford to buy a property now, this year, then I started being creative and thinking that this guy has got a payslip. His credit record has been clean for the past 6 years. So I said to him, let's open a company and buy properties. Then he agreed. Then we opened a company, R5, and then I got a property 3 months back. It's next to the TUT, the school, about 1 kilometer. And the property has got 3 rooms outside with a garage. So we could easily put 10 students there. And then last 2 weeks back, I got another property. And the property that I got this time is the one I'm staying in right now. Because when I started hiring this house, I spoke to the lady that, why don't you sell me this property? He said to me, wait, after 2 years, I will sell it to you. Now, indeed, after 2 years, I got a call from the lady. He's saying he's selling the property. And the property was about 550. And then the strategy I used, like, I put the guy as a director in the company so that he can sign as surety for the loans. And then me, I become a shareholder. And then when we applied, we managed to get 100% financing from Standard Bank. And the guy paid all the transfer costs. The money I just paid there, it's 1,800 rands for the accountants. And when I calculate the return on an investment, it's shocking. Maybe it's going there to the infinite side that TJ is talking about. And I was shocked. It's like my eyes, for the first time, all the things that TJ was telling us about, I saw them practical. And then I saw that there's no need to buy these 50K RDPs anymore because they used to give me a nickname of Mr. 50,000 Rand because I was buying RDPs for 50,000. So there's no need to buy those anymore. I could just buy these places next to the schools with enough rooms to put 10 students, rezone or get consent use, put students there. So I'm at that stage right now. So as I'm closing, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, TJ Tribe, Mr. TJ, my coach, for learning. And do you know that you are taking us out of poverty? I hope you know that. You are upgrading our lives. May God bless you for that. And you have a heart for people. And yeah, you are very patient with us. Sometimes we ask stupid questions, but you are there for us and you help us. You bought me a book. You came here to interview me. Today I'm a better person because of you.
Boom! Welcome back. Yeah, I want to acknowledge, I want to thank Andrew for teaching us. And he was not teaching us from fancy stuff. You heard him, he says, I apologize, I'm going to be teaching you guys from my cell phone. He was literally on the cell phone like this over the weekend and teaching everybody because at that time he didn't have his laptop and things like that. But he didn't let anything hold him back, right? He said he was going to become part of the masterclass. He dedicated his time. He put his notes. You could see at some point he's reading in his notes, but he had his phone teaching like this. What excuse do you have? Andrew didn't have any excuse. I just want to say that. But here's the thing. I want to land the plane by saying that if Andrew's story encouraged you, remember this: there is nothing special about people who win. Like literally, there's no secret sauce, there's no gimmick around it, there's no sangoma, there's like nothing. The only thing that they do is that they choose. It's a choice. They choose not to stop. Does it make sense? And this is exactly what Andrew has done over the years. And my good friends, you also can do the same. And in many cases, you can even surpass what Andrew is doing. There's so many of my students that has come here and they've learned and they have surpassed what I am doing. Why? Because they are not getting into the mistakes that I did. I am the bridge, I am the guide to their success. So for the last 5 years, we have helped people just like you. You can see here for Andrew. I think that people think that this is for special, but it's not. We have helped single people, single parents here, both men and women. We have helped couples here to become amazing people in the society. We have helped working professionals here at the tribe, entrepreneurs that have started seeing success in one line of the business and they are wanting to hedge their money. All of these people, some of them have started from zero, like zero, no, nothing, and they went on to buy their first property investment and they scale with clarity and confidence. Now, my good friends, if you are one of those people who are watching this and you're saying, TJ, how can I be plugged in? I want the same systems. I want to join the school. I want to be able to build for my family. This is not about who else flexing and so on. It's about you and your family. The link is below, my good friends. All you need to do is to reach out to us. The door is open. At this time of the year, our door is open, our intake is open. And I want to land the plane by saying, keep building, my friends, keep believing. And we will see you at the next Hall of Fame episode. And there's roundabout maybe about 10 of them that are coming up for the next couple of days. I hope you are inspired. We will see you on the next video. It is I, your boy, TJ. Boom.